Season's greetings to you all. 4 months ago, we decided to follow our dreams and launch In Conversation with Trevor, a weekly program intended to shape our conversations and shape the direction of this nation. I come to say to you a happy new year and a prosperous 2020. We have put together a package of some of the highlights of the shows that we did during the year, and we hope that we enjoy it. See you in 2020. Cheers.
Politicians do not interfere with us. We want to do our job independently and also stop being corrupt and go into politics because you want to save the nation. Don't go into politics because you want to line up your pockets.
The ICC has decided to suspend the Zimbabwean cricket because what they allege is political interference. What's your view about that?
Well, I think they're completely wrong. I think the ICC chairman and the report of saying that there was government interference, I strongly disagree with. I've read their constitution. Now, if they had said that it was a public body that had interfered, then I can understand. But they've specifically said government interference, and there was no government interference.
If the government of Zimbabwe were truly interested in the issue of sanctions and considered this a major problem, rather than having a rally, what the government of Zimbabwe would do was make a chart of what the things that the international community is asking it to do, and then come with an argument saying, we have addressed the concerns that you have.
Why is the Constitutional Court not being exemplary? Why is it taking so long? We had judges hear a similar important case in England on Brexit, and within 10 days the judgment was out, and the reasons are known. So why is it taking so many judges so long to write something that the whole nation is waiting for?
You have to understand that you can't be open for business without also being an open society. It's not possible. You cannot be open for business and you have police beating people on the streets. Because those messages, whether you like it or not, will be linked to your open for business approach. And people will be asking, what country is open for business that projects itself as a place where people can be thumped and beaten?
I think really what would be ideal is a price at close to an equivalent of $1 per liter. Yeah, that's ideal. It's global. If you look around the region, that's the average. That's the ballpark. So we'll also get there, but we don't want to get there in a big bang. It has to be gradual.
I think it's a false equivalence to say that ZANU-PF and the MDC are equally violent. As you know, in my book, I write about it in 2005. One of the primary reasons why I couldn't stay within the MDC was because I could see that there was a danger that people were flirting with a violent route.
The Gukrahundi, as it's called, for myself, I prefer the term Ndebele genocide because it has been ratified as that.
So how do we move on from where we are now as far as that G word is concerned?
The only way to move on, Trevor, with this particular area is to follow the well-established routes of investigation, establishing the truth, putting the proper things in place, putting the legal framework in place, and yes, calling up individuals who've been identified as having taken part in this thing, dealing with it in that particular way. In that process, there will be a place whereby forgiveness and the likes will come in. We have to put it in a legal framework.
We need to find closure.
We need closure on that, Baba, and we cannot get closure if someone chooses to say, well, let's just do a truth and reconciliation committee. That does nothing, that touches us nothing.
Fadai, if you had an opportunity, and I'm going to give you the opportunity right now, to speak directly to President Mnangagwa, what do you say to him?
If you are listening, Mr. President, the first thing that I would like to say
is that, the people of Zimbabwe are suffering. They're suffering from hunger, hospitals are closed, there's no power, prices are going up, we're suffering from hyperinflation. We need to come to a point where the corruption stops. Stop allowing ministers to continue stealing. Let's come up with a new national consensus where we want to build genuinely. You squandered the goodwill that existed in November 2017. Can we now take a step back and put the country first for once? The opposition wants the best for Zimbabwe. Stop treating us like enemies. Stop killing people on the street. Stop killing the economy. Let's take Zimbabwe forward. Please comply with the Constitution, align laws to the Constitution, and sincerely, allow people to have the freedoms that are contained in that Constitution, because you are hurting us. ZANU-PF is hurting us. And so we really call upon you to introspect and in all the decisions that you make, whether it's on the decisions regarding a dialogue, regarding the budget, how you're going to spend money, the laws that you're going to assent to, put the people first. Liberation means people must be free, and yet currently everybody is walking around in chains created by you.